Bethpage Black didn't just host a golf match, it exploded into pure chaos. What started as a battleground turned into a full-blown circus, and somehow, Scotty Scheffler found himself right in the middle of the madness.
My emotions yesterday afternoon when the matches ended, I think it's hard to put into words how much it hurts to lose all four matches, to have the trust of my captain and my teammates to go out there and play all four matches and lose all four. I think we're always really excited to get these types of events started. Keegan and our vice captains put us in a position to succeed. You know, they did everything that was asked of them, and I had extreme confidence in what this team could do. And that's due to our captain. I think they did an amazing job. Keegan did an amazing job. And
Europe might have taken the win, but that wasn't even the biggest shock. The real jaw-dropper came after the trophy lift, when golf's top dog grabbed the mic and made a confession nobody saw coming. What did Scheffler spill, and why did it shake the whole golf world? From the first swing, this wasn't golf. It was mayhem. Friday and Saturday, oh, they were wild. But when Europe started running up the score, that hype turned straight up nasty. The crowd went from cheering to taunting in seconds, and Instagram lit up with clips of fans heckling Rory McIlroy mid-swing, booing European caddies, and chanting like they were at a college football riot instead of the Ryder Cup. By Saturday afternoon, things hit a boiling point. Sky Sports even caught a brutal chant on camera that spread across the internet like fire, proving this crowd wasn't passionate. It was hostile. That chaos didn't stay in the stands. It spilled straight onto the course. European players looked shaken. The American stars were tense, and by Sunday, that thin line between home advantage and flat-out hostility was gone. When Europe finally lifted the trophy, it should have been a moment of pure glory. But instead, it felt heavy, drenched in bad energy, with US fans booing through the entire ceremony. What was meant to be a proud home defense turned into a total PR nightmare for the PGA. The Ryder Cup was built on passion and rivalry, but this was something darker, pure mayhem with no limits. And right in the middle of it all stood Scotty Scheffler, the world's #1, meant to be Team USA's anchor, now trapped as the tournament's most unwilling clown. Instead of domination, Scheffler opened the week with 3 straight brutal losses. And by Saturday night, the story had flipped completely. The world's top golfer couldn't catch a break. Analysts tore into every missed putt, every awkward pairing, every sign that his spark was gone. Was this passion or straight-up madness? Did Bethpage fans push it too far, or is this the chaos that makes the Ryder Cup so addictive? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And when Europe sealed the deal on Sunday, Scheffler didn't hide. He faced the cameras head on. His statement wasn't loud, but it hit deep. He called it one of the lowest moments of my career, confessing in both his post-match talk and a heartfelt Instagram post that he'd let down his teammates, his fans, and himself. That kind of honesty, it shook everyone. What came next was something golf almost never sees: raw emotion from one of its calmest stars. The headline exploded online, and no, Scheffler wasn't retiring or blaming the fans. What he gave instead was way more chilling: honesty. He vowed to bounce back stronger, but the tone said it all. This was a man shattered in real time. For a sport built on control and composure, seeing the world's #1 crumble in front of everyone hit deep. Was this just a rough weekend, or the start of something way darker unraveling? If Saturday was wild, one clip turned it into straight-up scandal. As Rory McIlroy finished his 4-ball session, a beer cup came flying out of the crowd, landing right near his wife Erica and splashing her in the process. The whole thing was caught on camera, and within minutes that video was everywhere. You can see Rory stop mid-step, turn around, and check on her with pure shock in his face. In that instant, golf's polished image shattered. This wasn't playful banter. It was straight disrespect, caught in 4K for the world to see. Social media exploded with captions like "disgraceful" and "ban these fans forever." Even McIlroy himself went off, calling out the toxic crowd and demanding tighter security. Team Europe's captain, Luke Donald, didn't sugarcoat it. He flat out said the crowd had gone too far. Even legends like Tom Watson jumped in, apologizing publicly and calling the behavior shameful. By Sunday, that one beer-throwing moment had become the symbol of Bethpage madness. splashed across headlines, dissected on talk shows, and sparking a fiery debate about booze and boundaries in golf. Was it just one reckless fan, or a whole crowd that lost control? At that point, it didn't even matter. The damage was done. That image was burned into golf history forever. This Ryder Cup won't be remembered for epic shots or heroic putts. It'll be remembered for a drink thrown in rage. A tournament built on honor turned into the sport's biggest public embarrassment. And it wasn't over yet. Saturday afternoon flipped the script completely. It looked less like golf and more like a fight promo. Players and caddies were jawing at each other like they were at a boxing weigh-in. Bryson DeChambeau ended up chest-to-chest with Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood. Their caddies right in the mix, and the cameras caught every second of the chaos in painful detail. It all kicked off on the 15th hole. The noise, the frustration, the tension boiling over until Bryson snapped back at Rose. Then Fleetwood's caddy jumped in, getting close enough to make it look like a playground standoff. Fans surrounded them, phones up, recording every move, and within minutes, those clips were flooding X and Instagram like wildfire. Analysts tried brushing it off as competitive fire, but the visuals told a whole different story. Team USA looked like it was crumbling under pressure, while Europe stood firm with ice-cold composure. Even Scheffler's side wasn't spared. Reports came out about heated words flying near his group as tempers hit their peak.
Scheffler matches it.
Yeah, Ryder Cups are supposed to be emotional. But this was a full-blown soap opera with golf clubs as props. By Sunday morning, the drama had gone viral. Screenshots were everywhere. Caption, "Tell me you're American without telling me," and golf Twitter went wild. Bryson DeChambeau's temper became the meme of the weekend, turning what should have been a tournament into total entertainment chaos. That player-caddy showdown became Exhibit B, proof that Bethpage wasn't just wild in the crowd, but completely unhinged inside the ropes too. Gotta give Scheffler credit for keeping it real, but what do you think? Was this just a rough patch or the start of a total meltdown for golf's #1? Hit subscribe and drop your thoughts below. When Europe lifted the trophy, the madness didn't fade. It multiplied. Media outlets were dropping op-eds faster than they were posting highlights. Fans were furious, drunks were trending, and calls for security reform were echoing across the sport. The Guardian slammed the fan behavior, while Golf 365 tore into the US embarrassment with a brutal recap of the weekend's worst moments. Even American talk shows turned the chaos into a national debate, arguing whether crowd mics should have been muted, like this was Congress, not a golf broadcast. Social media? It only poured more fuel on the fire. Social media went into full investigation mode. Video threads breaking down the beer toss frame by frame, memes clowning US fans, and influencers demanding lifetime bans. Even Ryder Cup legends like Tom Watson came forward with public apologies, saying they were embarrassed by what went down on home turf. Meanwhile, organizers were in panic mode, announcing reviews, audits, and future improvements, the classic PR script when the fire's already burning. But by then, the damage was done. Instead of celebrating incredible golf, everyone was talking about chaos, security slip-ups, alcohol limits, and whether the Ryder Cup had officially turned into a soccer-style brawl zone. In the end, the story wasn't Europe's victory. It was America's meltdown. It wasn't about Europe's win anymore. It was about American fans losing all control. Bethpage turned into the perfect example of how passion can cross the line and drown the very sport it's meant to celebrate. The global headline wasn't Europe victorious, it was golf embarrassed. So now the question hangs, where does golf even go from here? For Scotty Scheffler, the answer came in a rare, humble moment. No dramatic speech, no flashy excuses, just truth. He admitted this was a failure, a hard lesson, and a scar he'd carry forward. He vowed to come back stronger, to rebuild what fell apart. And for fans starving for redemption, that quiet promise became the new cliffhanger for Team USA. Still, beneath it all, one thing was clear. The real problem ran way deeper than just missed shots. Team pairings fell apart, leadership looked shaky, and now analysts are already hinting at captaincy shakeups before the 2027 showdown in Ireland. Behind the scenes, talk of a culture reset is circling golf media like vultures, and both the PGA and DP World Tour are under heavy fire to step up, sober the crowds, and draw a hard line before another event turns into a viral disaster. The message couldn't be clearer. Golf has to make a choice. Either embrace the chaos and live with the roar, or restore the respect that made it great in the first place. Trying to balance both, that might just break the game completely. For now, Scheffler's quiet reflection and Europe's champagne-soaked celebration close out a Ryder Cup that'll go down in history. Not for birdies or pars, but for booze, tempers, and brawls. Bethpage Black brought passion, all right. Just the kind nobody wanted on the leaderboard. Europe walked away with the trophy, America walked away with the shame. But who really lost the Ryder Cup? The players, the fans, or golf itself? Drop your thoughts down below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Golf Swing for more wild breakdowns, real stories, and every twist this sport throws next. The fallout's only getting started.